Have yourself control the conversation. Nobody's going to be sitting down and asking you questions after questions. It's not really where you are. Hi guys, it's Kaoru. How's it going? This video is going to be all in English. It's been some time since I last made those two all in English videos. And apparently people have seen the number of the viewers. I guess more people appreciate all in English videos rather than me breaking down into how to make the sentences and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, make another one of these. But this time I'm not going to be sharing my story, but I would like to share the tips on how to keep your English going. I know it's not easy to become fluent. I mean, I've been there, especially when you're just living in Japan and not having friends around to speak English with. Coming from me, some people may think, oh, you speak English because you lived abroad. But no, that's not it. I would say more people would go back to Japan without learning the language or without meeting their expectation of their language level. It's not really where you are, but it's really what you do and what you want, like what you really want. So this video is going to be sharing the tips on how to become fluent living in Japan, and that comes from my experience and seeing those people who become fluent in Japan. So, like I said, it's not easy, but it becomes easier if you enjoy it. So most important thing here is that you enjoy and you really wanting to become an English speaker. So those two are the essential keys to begin with. So with that being said, let's get to the tips on how to become fluent. 4 steps that you can start today after you watch this video. It takes no time. I am a typical procrastinator here. So yeah, I'm telling you, it's not hard at all. I want you to give it a try and see how it goes for you. All right, so I will go through the 4 steps first and then get into the details later on. The first step is set your cell phone language to English, all right? And second step, have some time to listen to English on your daily routine. Step 3, write your diary or poetry or whatever. Write some sentences a day. And 4th step, read it out loud. All right, so those are the steps. And I'm going to tell you why and how those are really effective. So the first one, set your phone into English. This way, it might come a little stressful in the beginning, but it's all about getting used to it. So set it up into English so everything comes out in English. All the information, or when you're typing in English, it will automatically, oh my God, nowadays it's so up to date that AI is going to follow. It's like ChatGPT on your text, right? And they will suggest what word would come next. All you gotta do is choose the next vocab and then go on. When you do a little research, everything comes in English first. And all the functions are all in English, so you can kind of learn and get used to how it says in English. So that you can try easily. And I know it's going to be a little bit stressful in the beginning, but you will eventually get used to it. So give yourself a week, at least a week, to get used to it. It'll become part of your life. All right, that's easy, right? Yeah, just set it up into English. Step number 2, listen to whatever English in your routine. This is the important part. In your routine. Put it in your routine. I repeat, in your routine. You don't have to make time and sit there and listen or watch something in English, but do it in your routine. So when you're brushing your teeth, when you're doing the dishes, when you're walking to the station, commuting, get yourself on earphones and listen to English. Whatever. Music, podcasts, drama, YouTube. And here's the thing for you to keep on going. You don't need to really be focused and listen to it. I mean, if you're fluent already, then you can really focus and listen to it. But if you're a beginner and if you just, kind of want to start learning English, then I would suggest you just listen to it. It's all about getting used to it. You don't need to be focused and get yourself really stressed. So that's the second step. That comes in easy. Remember to put it in your routine. All right? Okay. So step number 3. This might be a little hard for someone, but it takes no time, I swear. It takes only about 5 minutes. Just set the time limit, 5 minutes. And you write your diary or poetry or whatever. For me, it was poetry because I like writing my thoughts and my feelings down. I don't have much going on nowadays. Now I'm a little older. So I write down my thoughts, my ideas. It helps me to, organize my thoughts and keep myself going. So it's not just about English, but I recommend just in general to write your thoughts down or your feelings, let it out. It's a good thing. And when it's a diary pattern, you tend to write, past sentences a lot. So here's the thing I want you to remember. Try to write the future sentences as well as the past sentences. You can keep it simple. It's really, English is about making short sentences and connecting them together. You don't need to use big vocab. Use the simple words and try to stick with it. So, for example, I went to work. The train was packed as usual. Tomorrow, I'm going to leave earlier. For example, this is just an example for using the past and future sentences. In terms of learning the language, it's important to achieve any goals, I think. It's important to set your goal, a big goal. You see the big picture, and then you see the small pictures on, getting there. So if you are someone who wants to get your TOEIC score higher, you need to learn some vocab, right? So make small goals, like I'm going to nail 10 vocab today. Whatever goal you can make, small goals. And then you have something to write the next day. I couldn't do the vocab because I went drinking with my friends. But it was all good. It was fun. I will do it tomorrow. Something like that. Keep it simple. You don't have to sit there and do it for 10, 15 minutes. You can do it quickly on the train. I prefer, for me personally, but I prefer writing it down, having a note and write it down. Yeah, that I recommend. Yeah, that I recommend strongly, actually. It's better to see it on the piece of paper than the screen, don't you think? And here's the thing. You don't have to write a perfectly correct sentence. It's about you trying it. It's about the output, right? So it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay. Just do it. And if you're a total beginner, then just say, okay, I'm going to write 3 sentences today. 3 sentences a day. That's it. That is good enough. More than good enough. And if you don't know how to make actual sentences, start small. Start with the simple sentences like, I want to. I did that phrases, I wanna go see my mom. Or I don't want to go to work. And if you didn't want to go to work, make it into a past sentence. I didn't want to go to work. And then use I'm gonna cook today. I'm not gonna drink today. Make it simple. Keep it simple. It's all about getting used to it, right? Yeah. So get yourself a notebook or diary and write it in English. And the last step, 4. read it out loud. Read whatever you wrote down out loud. Moreover, if you can make question sentences for those sentences you wrote down, that would be super. Because this is the tendency that English learners have. They don't make questions. Yeah. Even in Kaoru school, it's like you've been interviewed by that instructor. You're constantly giving questions after questions, and you don't have time to make question sentences. Practicing how to build your question sentences. And it's important when you get out there in the real life, nobody's going to be sitting down and asking you questions after questions unless they're really into you, right? So it's important to have yourself control the conversation. You be the leader. You ask questions. You start a conversation. You know what I mean? If you've seen a lost tourist somewhere, you can say, oh, do you need help? Is everything okay? Making questions is crucial. But making question comes later. You can do it later on when you're used to making, regular sentences. It will come easier afterwards. So you don't have to worry too much, but remember, it's the tendency. Keep that in mind so you will know where to work on. All right? I hope you will try. It's not hard. I repeat, it takes no time. But most importantly, enjoy yourself doing it. Enjoy it. It's the most important thing to keep it going, right? So I hope you find yourself a little time for English on your daily basis and enjoy. But no matter what you do after this, you've seen my video and you had some time listen to English today. So well done. Well done. Tell yourself, I did a good job. You're awesome. You're amazing. Thank you so much for watching my video. And I hope your English improves. I'll see you later. Bye.